The biggest external threat is typically fear. Fear, like I listed all those fears. But there's a time where fear is a friend, and there's time where fear is a foe, when fear is the villain. So I'll give you an example. If you and I are walking, or I'm rolling and you're walking, and we're in the ghetto, and we're in our suits, and we have this like little fear of like, maybe I should keep my head on a swivel so no one tries to run up at me and Nick. Is fear a friend then?
I guess so, yeah.
100%.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Unless it stops me from seeing the amazing things and experiences I could have.
Of course, of course, but it's beneficial.
Yeah.
In the sense, right? For the ladies, when you're, by the way, not in Dubai, because safest place in the world, UAE, but anywhere else in the world. If you're a woman and you're walking to your car in a parking garage at 10 p.m. at night and you feel a little bit fear and you have your pepper spray and you're making sure no one runs up at you, is fear a friend? Yes. So there's a time where fear is a friend and there's a time where fear is a foe. Fear is not your friend when it stops you from asking that girl out on a date. Fear is not a friend when it stops you from going into that networking room because you don't feel like you're enough. Fear is not a friend when it stops you from sharing that video on social media or going on stage and speaking your story. It's not a friend then. And so it's called fabricated fear. It's the same feeling, but it's fake. Because, let me give you a definition for fear. Fear is caution over a real and present danger. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means that the next time that I feel fear, I'm going to remember Nick and ask myself the question, if I do this, will I die? And if the answer is no, it's fabricated fear stopping you from getting to the next level. So the brain is not always on our side. A lot of the times the brain is not on your side, and that's why the mental work is the most important work. Because when it comes to any aspect of your life, and especially business, the biggest bottleneck in any corporation is the psychology of the CEO. It's not the sales process. It's the way that the leader is thinking.
Wow, that's heavy, man. That's heavy.
So those that are listening can ask themselves, like, where would I be if fear didn't get in the way? What would I be pursuing? What would I be creating? Who would I be dating if fear didn't get in the way? And what's incredible is now that you're aware and you know fear is trying to hold you back, what if you made it a game? What if you made a game that said, every time that I'm fearful, now I have to? And that's scary too, because by the way, I've got, like, that's my game. And listen, guy with no legs, one arm, I know how to swim. I used to be deathly afraid of swimming, and I was in Colombia for my birthday. And you know when you see on social media like these famous places and you like bookmark them, you want to go there? Well, I saw this place in San Andreas where it was a diving board but off a cliff. And I was like, oh, that's scary. And then my brain's like, well, you have to do it now. You know, like if you ever see that place, you got to do it. Well, guess what? I'm in San Andreas. It's for my birthday. We're driving on a golf cart and I look over and there's the diving board.
Gosh.
And I'm like, if I don't do this, I'm going to be talking shit to myself the whole day. You're not the guy you say you are. You didn't have integrity. You're the mindset guy. And so we pull over and my buddy jumps first. And then I put on the life jacket and I'm like, I'm just gonna check it out. I'm just gonna walk to the edge of the diving board, kind of feel it out. So I walk to the edge of the diving board. And I'm like, man, now. And I turn around and there's 20 Colombians going, vamos, vamos, go, go. And I'm like, I'm a performer. I'm the stage guy. I have to, it's a must. The show must go on. And so I'm like, 3, 2, and I jump off this like massively high diving board. And a few things, stay with me here, a few things that I want to give the audience. The first thing was, I introduced myself to a version of myself I haven't met yet because I overrode the fear. Every single time you override the fear, your identity elevates, you become a greater version of self. You get on this momentum and this high of destroying fears. But the second thing is, imagine being a random person in Colombia.
How do you get out of a rat race? How do you create wealth not only for yourself, but also for the generations to come after?
I am absolutely amazed with the quality of companies that we're getting exposure to.
We go on to Zoom calls with the innovators and the folks who are building new applications in metaverse, blockchain, artificial intelligence, decentralized finance.
What's going on, everybody? Thumbs up if you can see me.
We are focusing on
early stage investment.
And the quality of people that we're getting exposure to, whether it be Dan Tapiero with 1RT, Jason Ma from Open, Yatsu from Animoca.
It's been a phenomenal experience thus far. It has far exceeded my expectations.
We are focusing on cutting-edge technologies.
I view it now as the best investment I've ever made. The upside, I view, is unlimited.
And as a retail investor, I would never get this exposure anywhere else outside of Investment Club.
See you in the Investment Club.
And you were maybe struggling and needed to pick me up, and you didn't know that you were going to see a man with no legs or arm come against himself and be deathly afraid and do it anyway. Maybe what blessing did they receive? Now, the reason why it's so important is because, remember, I said, what if your life changed if you asked this question of how can I be a blessing to someone? How can I serve you today? After I jumped off that diving board, and a few hours later I was laying in my hotel and I was like, how can I serve today? How can I serve today? The answer was, you already did. I didn't know that just me simply jumping off a diving board was going to be the blessing that I gave the world that day. So for those that are listening right now, when you ask, how can I be a blessing and how can I serve you today? It'll take you to places that you never expect for you to be the blessing and be the servant, to be of service. Watch out. Watch the magic. It'll take you somewhere you never imagined.
Powerful, man. So just by confronting those fears every day, that can just be compounded. It can affect the whole world just by you trying to be a better version of yourself, going into those fears. And everything you want is on the other side of that.
Everything. Everything. I mean, I don't think people realize the trickle effect that they have on people as well. It's not just me and you sitting here in this fancy studio that make the impact. It's for those that are around you, they're watching. And two things will happen. I'll say this. Two things will happen when you start pursuing your dreams and overcoming fears. You're going to lose people, and you're going to elevate people. And you overcoming your fears and pursuing your purpose and your mission will be an authentic filter to see who's your ride or die and who's not. And that's just a pill you have to swallow. But it's a worthy one. It's worth it.
It's well said, man. I can only imagine what that free fall was like coming off that board. Jesus, must be intense, man.
It's insane. It's insane. But for everybody, right? Like that, you overcoming fear, that dopamine and that rush, you start getting addicted to it, and you want to find more things that you're afraid of so you can tackle them. But I mean, how many times have you been afraid of doing something and then you did it and you're like, that wasn't so bad anyway?
All the time.
We hyped it up too much in the head.
It's like 5% as scary as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Not 95%,
Yeah.
5%. You know, one of my mentors says fear is FEAR, false expectations appearing real. There are these phantoms that define our lives and make us play small when we could be playing so much bigger. And I've had big fears, and when I walked through them, I'm just like, that's crazy, man. I spent years of my life avoiding this thing that was not 1/20th of what I thought it would be. Now, I'm supposed to be smart. I'm knowledgeable of these things. I talk to people that teach me this, and it's still happening to me. And it's scary to go into your fears by definition, right? Just like it's even people that are good at this are in their comfort zones, because we all default back to a comfort zone in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So it takes daily work.
Bro, it never stops, right? And that's what I wanted to let everybody know is like, yeah, everybody sees the shiny, look at us. They look good and they got the followers and this and that. It's like, yo, we still struggle, bro. I still struggle. And I think that's why we come to Earth. That's why we're here in this human experience. You know, just think about it. Imagine we were somewhere where before this it was all sunshine and rainbows. And they were like, you're gonna go to Earth. And it's like, well, what are we gonna do on Earth? And it's like, you're gonna get cheated on. You're gonna get rejected. You're gonna get destroyed. You're gonna have breakups and your business is gonna fail. And you're like, I can't wait. Because when things are all sunshine and rainbows, you get bored. And so remember that the ups and downs here in this human experience is the juice, is the contrast, is what makes this so valuable. And it's beautiful that once you're aware, you get to work on yourself every single day. Like you and I both know every single day that we wake up and we get the blessing to wake up, it's a challenge, it's a dance, it's a battle, it's a Rubik's Cube. And I even studied monks, and they were saying that monks that dedicate their whole entire life to meditation still get pissed off and angry after 50 years of meditation. It's like, you think you've mastered something? Like, you're not even close. And as humans, and I would say men especially, progress equals happiness. It doesn't matter what that progress looks like, but we feel the most depressed and the most terrible about ourselves when we feel stuck or we feel like we're moving backwards. And so if we can just adopt the mentality and design our life to the place where whatever it is, health, wealth, relationships, business, that we're just inching closer and getting better, that's enough for the men.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.